What's up guys, Qehzy here, bringing you guys another tutorial. This time I'm going to be showing you how to make a clean, bright, colorful, simple banner on YouTube or a header on Twitter, whatever. This is the banner I'm currently rocking, which this is basically what I'm going to be showing you how to do. So it's really bright and colorful. The only reason I'm doing this tutorial is because I made an exact replica of this for a customer. And I didn't want two of the same, so I was going to move on and change mine. This was the customer, by the way. As you can see, identical banners. And we can't have the same thing, so I'm going to mix it up. But I thought I would do this tutorial because I kept getting asked about my banner and getting a lot of compliments. And people asking how to do it. So I thought I would go ahead and do it before I said goodbye. But yeah, so let's just get right into the tutorial. So first off, you just want to open your template, whatever you're working in. As you can see, I'm rocking a black background right now. What we want to do with that is go to that layer, the black layer, go to Command U, check colorize, put the brightness to 5, anywhere between 5 and 10, bump up the saturation, and then go to a darkish blue, something like that. Alright, you can copy these settings if you want, 230, 34, 7, click OK. Then we're going to create a square, and you can do whatever shape you want. You can use pentagon, hexagon, rounded square, whatever. I'm using a rounded square. My personal banner, I used a normal square with sharp edges. In this case, I'm going to use a rounded square. So I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to use pink, and I'm just going to go ahead, Shift and Alt to make that centered. Boom. And I'm going to set the rounded edges to 30, just because I like that. And then I'm going to right click on that layer and rasterize, and I am going to hide this layer so I can see everything. Command T and rotate this 45 degrees, and then I am going to go to my eraser tool, get a soft brush of 250, erase half of the square, and then erase the inside parts, something like that. And then we're going to go ahead and decrease the opacity to about 60. That's alright. Let's check that again so we can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. So I'm going to zoom in here and Command J, Command T, and I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Have this one slightly below and back. Something like that. Let's duplicate the original layer again. Command T. Rotate it up this time, right like there. Duplicate the original again, and this time we're going to drag that layer to the very top and then bring it in like so. Alright, so something like that. We get a lot of overlapping here. What we're going to do is change the color of the second one. Actually, I'm going to name these so you guys know which ones I'm talking about. There we go. So I'm going to change the color of the second one by clicking it and Command U and changing the hue. So you got to pick colors that work good together. So I'll use a purplish like that. Let's go to the third one, Command U, and let's change the color. We can do like a blue or a green. I'm not sure exactly what I want. We'll go ahead with a bluish green like that, and then let's do a lime green. Something like that. Me, I kind of want it a little brighter, but we can adjust that. And I'm gonna actually realign this and Command T, and I'm just gonna tilt it up. There we go. That's pretty cool. You can like Google colors that like look good together. Like there's some website that you can do that. So if you're struggling with color combos, you can do that, or you can follow along with my colors, and then at the end you can make all the colors one, just different shades, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so this is where things get a little interesting. You can mix around various layer styles and things with this. So you can try to add inner glow to give a cool effect. So if we go to inner glow, you set it to overlay white 100%, and you just set it to like 1 or 2 pixels. I'm gonna actually go 3. And then I'm just gonna right click, copy layer style, select the other three, right click, paste layer style. Let's see if this looks alright. Looks alright. No, I'm not seeing anything strange, so that's good. And I'm gonna select all these, right click, rasterize, layer style, boom. And then I think we are good with all those individuals, so I'm gonna Command E to merge them all. If you want to add more layer styles like gradients and things, whatever, maybe pattern, I don't know, whatever you're feeling, you can go ahead. And if anything shows up in this middle area here, don't worry about it, we're about to delete it. So let's get our guides back up. So Command H if you have guides. If you need guides, you just go to the ruler and drag them out. Simple as that. But I'm going to Command J to duplicate the layer of the colors, and right click, flip horizontal. And I'm going to just move it over a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to center it. And maybe drop it down a tad. Sure, I like that. Command H to hide. Now we're going to go ahead and get the rounded rectangle tool again. You don't really have to mess with colors or anything, you just want to make a square. And we're going to right click, rasterize, and Command T and tilt to 45 degrees. And we're going to decrease the size a little bit. And we're going to make sure this is centered. There we go. And we're going to Command and click on the little thumbnail. And then delete from our other two layers. And boom, now we have a little space where we can put our logo and things. And actually, I screwed this up. I want this down a little bit. It's not very centered. That's alright, I'll roll with that. I'm just going to merge these layers because we can do that now. And I'm going to call this the color. But let's select that again, delete, Command D to deselect, hide that, there we go. And make sure you keep this layer because we're going to use it in a little bit. So we're just going to hide it for now, create a new layer above the background layer, go to our brush tool, make our colors black and white again, make sure the white is selected, brush tool, make sure you have a soft brush, and put it on about 400, and we're just going to, actually, let's go 300. Click right in the middle, and set that to overlay. Boom, we're good there. Let's go to the color layer. So this layer, Command J, drag the copy below, Command T to transform it, and hold Shift and Alt and drag it up, or drag it out. So you get sort of like a border like that. And if you want, you can keep going and create a cool pattern and rotate things. I tried that with my original, but it was just too much for the banner I wanted. I wanted a little bit simpler. But what I did do is drag it out once and bring down the opacity. So we just get a little like thing going around the edge, which looks pretty cool. And then we're gonna, I just want to see if I duplicate this, if it makes it brighter. It does. I don't really like the colors that much. I think I might change that at some point. But we're good. So let's keep going on. We're gonna create. Actually, let's go and use this pink square that we have, just to get it out of the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it visible again. Drag down the fill to 0, and I'm on the wrong layer, of course. Drag the fill down to 0 so you can't see it. Double click on it so we can get the layer style. We're gonna go inner glow, overlay 100%, but increase the size. And boom, we're good there. That should be good for that. We can rename this inner color. And let's go and add some stuff to our background. So we're going to create a new layer on top on the brush tool. Let me make sure I'm out, and I'm going to make the brush about 600. Go to my color, and I'm going to select the pink. I'm going to put a little bit there. Boom and boom. I'm going to put each color spot, one on each side. So I'm going to pick each of the colors we have here. Go with the blue next. Whoops. Boom. Boom. Let's get the green. And oops, let's do the, what's my missing color? This blue or the purplish, whatever. And boom, boom. And we're just going to decrease the opacity of that. That might be a little much. Let's keep going. Boom. So it's just like a subtle color in there. We could even go a little more, maybe. Let's try 4. That'll work. It's just like a very subtle effect that I really like. And we're gonna stick to the backing effects. So let's create a new layer again. Keep your colors here. We're gonna make the brush about 2 or 3 now. So let's see 3 quick. I'm just gonna 3 will be fine. And I have the purple selected, so I'm gonna go to the purple part of the square. Let me zoom in a little bit so I get this right. I'm gonna click, hold shift, screwed that up. Click, hold shift, drag on out. Let's go to the pink, do the pink. And let's get our other colors, so let's do the green. And the blue. Keep screwing this up. And finally, as you can see, these ones are all connected. This one's not going to be connected. If you look at my banner, I kind of just went towards it. I didn't go all the way. So we're going to sort of do something like that. Let's do it up here, actually. Boom. Actually, I think we can go all the way here. Let's actually touch them. Let's touch tips. There we go. Boom. So zoom in here, let's create a new layer and let's make it a clipping mask. Oops. So right there I just held option and clicked on that layer to make it a clipping mask. Or you can right click on the layer and go to clipping mask, but we're going to stay on the brush. Let's go back to the default black and white. Make sure we have white. Let's increase the brush size. Let's go about 100. And let's just make random white marks here. Throughout it. Alright, and then set that to overlay. Boom. Alright, and let's go ahead, get the eraser tool. Make sure we have the original layer selected. And I'm going to zoom out once here. And just go down once. There we go. Boom. Erase the edge so it kind of fades away. And let's select both of these. Command E to merge them. Command J to duplicate. Command T. Right click. Flip horizontal. Go to the move tool. Let's hold shift and drag this over. So it's in line. There we go. Perfect. We can go ahead and merge those again. Set 0. Now, if you want to keep it simple, you don't have to do much else to the backing. If you want a little more, you can check out my backing tutorial, which I have, as of now, I haven't released it, but I have it recorded, so it should be out. Check that out. Or you can keep it this way, or just add a simple brush or two. So I'm just gonna create a layer, bottommost layer. Go to our brush tool, make sure I'm on white, and let's get some particles just to add in here to add a little bit of texture to the backing. Let's see here. Here's some particles. This will work. Boom. Set that to overlay. Decrease the opacity. Just a little bit to add some differences in there. Should look fine. And now the last thing really before we get into the filter stages is adding our logo. So I'm gonna go ahead and find my logo here. There we go. Just keeping it centered. Boom. I'm going to right click, rasterize, Command I to invert the colors to make it white, center it a little bit better, and let's double click at the layer styles up. I'm going to add a drop shadow. I'm going to increase the opacity a little bit. So I'm going to rock like a 40-ish percent opacity, 90-degree angle, distance 5, spread 4, size 8. I'm going to go to gradient. I'm going to put this on normal, black to white. Decrease it a little bit, maybe a little too much there. About 29%. Let's go to inner glow. Put the size on about 4. That works. And I think that is it. Click OK. Let's bring up the guides, make sure this is centered. Yep. And let's go to the text tool and let's add my name or your name if you're following along. Click right in the center here. Go all caps. Noah Qehzy. You can probably bump up the size a little bit. Let's bump it up to 20. I'm gonna get just a nice simple font. Not thought. I'm gonna do Gotham. Let me zoom in here so I can see what I'm working with. And I'm changing the other font to a thicker version of the font I'm using. So Gotham Black. That's actually way too thick. I kind of want Gotham Book. Is that what I originally used? I don't know. Come on. That's what I want. But we're not. What the heck? There we go. Alright, so I just did a simple clean font. A little narrower on the first half of the text and a little thicker on the second half. Which usually tends to look good. And then we're going to copy the layer styles from our logo to the text. So right click on those layers and copy and paste. Boom. I'm gonna go ahead to the logo, Command J to duplicate it. Put it below the original. Increase in size. Actually, I'm gonna put it below everything. I'm gonna rotate it. And decrease the opacity. There we go. And finally, we're going to make sure that's all in a group. We're going to Command J the group if it wants to work. Command E to merge it. And I'm going to bring the whole thing up just a little bit. That looks a little more centered. There we go. And what we're going to do is duplicate that again. Go to a filter, distort, spherize. And we want to go to like -25. 24 will work. Boom, so we get a little rounded effect here. And that's basically how you do this. I added a little bit of an overlay texture on mine. So if you want to do that, you just go and add a pattern. And if you have a cool pattern that you'd like to use, so I don't think I have any really on this computer yet. But you could do that. So let me just add this cool camo pattern. Put this on multiply. Boom. Alright, yeah, you get the idea. But that's how you do it. When you're done, you get your final product. You just want to filter, sharpen more to get good results. And you might have to decrease the opacity a little bit. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll be sure to put the PSD in the description if it gets 100 likes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.